Hey there, Cloud here, and welcome to Minecraft. This is a world that me and my friends have been working on, and it's going little by little. It's mostly me at the moment, but that's okay. But I am here to take you on a tour of what we currently have so far. As you can see on the map here, we have a bit of a town going on. This is supposed to be the center of the town, but as you can see, it's not really built at all, but that's okay. But we will be building it around of the kingdom because there will be a castle, so this will technically be a kingdom, but we're gonna go ahead and just show you what we got so far. Okay, first up we have this giant tree. As you can see, it's pretty tall. I kind of don't want to build it, to be perfectly honest, but you know what, it's fine. I like trees, and it's gonna be a giant tree, and we're gonna call it the Tree of Life. As you can see, there is this large crater here. I plan to put the map down there of the entire world, but of course it's going to be a big map, so we need a lot of space in order to see everything. It's going to be a while before we can clear that out, so we're going to just move along from the tree. We're just going to go ahead and take this bridge right here. Hello, bridge, you are looking mighty fancy today. And I do have a texture pack, not a texture pack, I do have a shader pack going on, yes. So the water is looking very lovely, and everything is looking just a lot nicer with this pack. As you can see, the sun is very bright, so we're just gonna stop looking at it. Okay, so we're following this path, and voila, we are at the baker's already. Now, some of these builds I did have to look up because I am not creative at all, but you know what? It's totally fine. With a few changes, it can become something that can blend in with the rest of the town. So we have this nice dog. It's quite lovely. It's really just here for show. Like, if we have the sun in the right time, yeah, right there, doesn't that look lovely? I suppose. I'm not sure. I'm not really good at like photos and all that stuff. Like, this could be nice too. Okay, but we're gonna leave the sun there because we're looking over this way. So this is the bakery. I have looked it up. I don't really know where I got it from, so I'm sorry. And then we have some stalls. Originally, my friend used these as like kind of bars that like the villagers would stand at or whatever. But I saw these more like stall type areas, so I decided to just turn these into little stalls, and I think they're super cute. They definitely save a lot more space in comparison to these stalls that I originally built. I don't really like these as much as I like those, but these are really nice. You know, I should probably build a lot more of these, but it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, so all of the buildings are furnished so far. As you can see, the baker is furnished with the kitchen being downstairs. And then upstairs, they have a little house for the baker and their family. It's just a family of 2 for now, but they can expand. They have a lot of space for more beds and stuff, so it's fine. And then this just leads out to like a little garden area, sort of a garden area, I suppose. But at least like the baker can just sit here like peacefully with their family if they just want to like, you know, hang out, eat. And I just love all the detail that I put into everything. Like, I don't know, I'm terrible at building, but I just like to build. So as you can see, I have dogs here. I have Kekimato here, and I have Jacomato. They are guarding this area to the best of their capability. Good job. So we have this blacksmith. This is also not my own build. I had trouble with this one though, I will admit. From the screenshot, there was only like, I don't know, this much showing or something like that. Maybe like this. So it was kind of hard to count it and everything, but I managed to get it done in the end. So we have the blacksmith stuff here and a few candles. I think it's super cute in here, to be perfectly honest. Now, these were originally just the regular copper, but they oxidized and turned green, I think. I'm not really sure how copper works in Minecraft yet, but I'm going to assume that it turned this color, and I'm just going to keep it because I kind of like it. It adds different colors to it. But entering the blacksmith, they have their own little kitchen. They have a little bush here. It's kind of cute and cozy. Now the upstairs, I'm not really a fan of because I use slabs. So I had to add another step here. And then I'm not really a fan of these, to be perfectly honest. I could definitely do something else. But I'm going to keep it because I already built it. So it's fun. And then, of course, my friend was the one who found this design here, so I just ended up copying it in like almost every single build that we have, but that's totally fine. We don't have to worry about it. We're gonna move along. So this house is also what my friend looked up as well, and I think it's super cute. It's super simple, of course. I just kind of copied how she built and just decorated it, but that's totally fine. Each house is basically the same except for this one, which I will show you in a minute. So we're gonna go this way. We shall avoid the right side first and we will go this way instead. So this is like more of like the living area. Of course, all the houses are basically identical copies of one another, just decorated slightly different. So we're gonna go this way really quick. And there's a little axolotl cavern. This was already here before from when the server was more open to other people, but we've since like transferred it to a different save or to a yeah, we've since transferred it to a different user. So now, of course, we just kind of kept it, but it's fine. It's cute. It's adorable. And then these stairs go up to the hotel. I'll show that later, but someone else built that. They are no longer on this server, but they are building on a different server, so it's fine. But then we have this wheat farm. This was originally for cows when the server first started up, but I think the wheat farm helps bring color to it a lot more. But I think this looks a lot prettier. And those are potatoes. Yes, I like potatoes, okay? I prefer it over carrots. If we go around really quick, we go this way. Now, I will turn back to go that way, but we will go this way first. And here's the cemetery. Of course, there's not going to be a lot here. We have horse number 1. We didn't really get to name it, but it despawned. Then here lies the souls of the many fish lost in the Great Fish War. I had a pond over there, and I had a lot of fish there, but they all kind of fell out of the waterfall and onto land, and then they kind of died. So, I'm sorry. I can't take care of fish. But here lies horse number 2, also missing. I don't actually know what happened to this one. This one I know it despawned. But this one I don't know what happened with this one. And it wasn't named, so it's fine. Also, we have these 2. So here lies my hopes and dreams. Yep. And then here lies Lim's will to live for anything but video games. Yep. And then here lies he who must not be named. Don't know why he has a grave, but that's fine. So we're gonna go this way. And then down this pathway, we have an extension to the farm basically. This is cut off of course, but up here it's more wheat. I think it looks so pretty. I love this area, to be perfectly honest. It's one of my favorites. I feel very like calm here. And I just really like it here, okay? But this is supposed to be the watermill where they turn the wheat into grain, I think. Is that what it is? I don't really remember. It's also a storage room, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, and then we go up here. Honestly, I hate these stairs, and I hate this entranceway. I would have preferred stairs inside, but you know what? It's already done. So, whoever lives here lives here. They have a family of 4. There's the parents, and then the 2 kids, okay? And then they have their little kitchen. No, I did not want to include bathrooms in here. Do you know how big the houses would be? I wouldn't be able to fit a bathroom in each one. So we're going to ignore it. So we go down this way. It's just more wheat. And it just continues off into the main like farmy area. And of course we have a little storage room. It's very cramped in here. So of course they're going to put the storage all over the place. It's a little much, but you know what? It's fine. And then this is where I was putting all the turtles. You know what? Here, we can put even more turtles, okay? I'm regretting my decision. I'm gonna break that one, but the others can stay, okay? This is gonna be a turtle haven. Okay, and then of course I looked up this build as well. So I love the watermill. I wanted to have a watermill incorporated, so I built one by looking it up, of course. But I did have to do some changes because some of it didn't really make much sense to me. Other things I was like, I don't like it. I would prefer something else. So it's just a few changes, but that's it. So this is where we are. We're back at this well farm thingy and the horse. Okay, so we're gonna go down this path, and then here's the cemetery. It goes in a circle, of course. And then up here we have our temple. Now our temple, I don't know really who it's for. I just built a temple because I wanted to use the color blue and it looks kind of nice. We're going here and then voila. I think it's super nice in here. I wanted to go for like a rundown kind of abandoned temple kind of vibe. I feel like the temple would be changing as I do plan to build more of a cathedral style like church. So this temple was basically abandoned in place of the church basically. Which kind of sucks because this area is so nice. I actually really like it. And this would be a nice area for like children and to like just play around and have fun and stuff. And then eventually we will be expanding it and adding like an abandoned kind of town. I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but it's probably gonna have to be close enough to the temple since the temple itself is abandoned. But for now, we are, oops, that's not a pathway. This is the pathway. Okay, so we go back around. Okay, and then we're back here. This is a nice view of the castle wall and then some goats. That's fine. Okay, so we go down here. Here's another house. This is the one with the cows. I put these cows here. I think they're super cute. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't try to escape. Okay, I already had a few of you die. But we're gonna go to this bigger house. This one, honestly, I kind of wish I didn't build it. It is bigger. It has a family of 2. But it has a table. The other houses don't have tables. This one does. So that's kind of fancy. Okay, so we're gonna go down this pathway. Now, this pathway, it just leads to 2 more houses. They're both completely identical to the other houses. And they're basically waterfront houses, right? They have a little river going on. Now this one, it's going to have a waterfall here eventually. That's going to change. With the abandoned village idea that I had going on, I had it like in my head that it was kind of submerged because of a flood or something, and it's still underwater. So there's going to be a lot of water features in this town. So that is that wall there. It's there to help protect against the waters and all that stuff. But we're going to continue this way. Now, this part of town is going to stick out like a sore thumb, to be perfectly honest. This is where I first built when the server was in survival. So like this was supposed to be more of like my base kind of area. Now I did change this. This was just completely grass, but I decided to add this bridge because I think the bridge looks nice. And then I was able to extend the water feature to become more of a river because at the time this one was like a square right there, and I didn't really like how that looked because it kind of didn't match everything else. So I changed it a bit. Now, granted, this is really ugly. I would change this in a heartbeat if I knew how to fix it. But I am terrible at landscaping with water, so we're going to ignore it. Now, ring the bell, we go inside. So, of course, completely different area. We're not even in like a medieval fantasy kind of world anymore. We're kind of more modern day now. But that's because I'm using quartz instead of wood, like a fool. But that's fine. So this is our aquarium. It's going to be only axolotl because they will kill all the fish if I try to put any fish in here. Oops. We're going to close this because that's employees only. Now, I had 2 dolphins in here. But from the looks of it, it looks like the dolphins may have met their maker. Okay, but we're going to just keep looking. Okay, and this is where the part of where it was supposed to be my base comes in. Ah, there's a dolphin. That one's Hermione. The other one was Harry, and Harry died, so I'm not surprised. But we go down this way, and this is where like the survival aspect was supposed to come in, because this is where the rooms would be. This was my bedroom. I actually really liked it. I have some axolotl. They're kind of stuck in there right now, so we're just gonna let them do their thing. This was supposed to be a closet, but I didn't know how to do it, so I just kind of left it. And then I had like my shelves and my seat, and then my window to the grass. This was supposed to be the yard, but this is where the waterfall is gonna come in, so we're just gonna ignore that. Okay. And then we had 2 more rooms in here. This was supposed to be Lim's room. It had a nice entryway into the yard. And then it had a nice little balcony. And I think it's super cute from here. Like, this was not here. This was all like grass before. And I think it's super pretty now. And I love it. But of course, it's going to change eventually. But it's fine. And then we had a spare room. This was from my friend DJ. You know, whenever he wanted to just, you know, hang out or just stay here or whatever. It's fine. We have rooms for them, but that's all going to have to change eventually. Maybe I'll turn them into offices. I don't know, but we have more aquarium space. This would lead out to the side of the mountain, so I had to leave that closed. And then this is a weird like half water, half air situation because of the dolphins. I only have 1 dolphin, but dolphins do need air. And I'm assuming axolotl would like to breathe air every now and then, so I'm just going to leave them to it. Okay. So I'm just gonna quickly show you what's down here. Initially, this was my storage room. This led to like my strip mine or whatever, but we're gonna block that off and pretend that doesn't exist, okay? And then this was my enchanting area. And then this was just the incinerator whenever I just wanted to destroy items. Because let's be real, Is that not satisfying? Satisfying? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're just gonna. But this was my old storage room. I have converted it into a headroom for whenever I need to get a head for decorational purposes. Of course, each side is going to have a different theme. This was more like dark lava-y. This one is more like water temple. I don't know what my themes are going to be, so you can leave it in the comments down below if you want to have a specific theme for something. Like, I don't know, we could have like snow or ice or something like that. I don't know. But we're just going to continue back. Okay, hello. We are back at the goats once again. We're just going to go up these stairs now. There's a nice little bench here. That's cute and all, but this is going to lead to the garden side of the hotel, which is this large area here. I think this garden is super cute, of course. It's super simple. I got the idea again online, but you know what? It works, and I did do some changes, you know? And then there's this little hole here if you want to spy on the baker or the blacksmith, you know? That's kind of fun to spy on people sometimes. Please don't do that in real life, okay? Please don't. The little moat thing leads down to here and into this area. And I will admit, I had maybe 3 or 4 axolotl in here, and it seems like they've all died. So we're just going to pretend that this was just for fun. I was a fool, and I did not include a way around, but we are going to quickly go around this way, okay? Because there is another set of stairs by the wheat field that goes up to the main entrance of the hotel. Now, we are probably going to change the inside. I haven't done anything to this, so this is all before I started building in creative. So this is all here, and it's nice and interesting. I think it's super cute how it has storage and kitchen and stuff. And then there's more storage down here too. It has... Why is this? Anyway, so this is where they had their storage, and then a little garden section. I don't really know what this was for, but I guess it's there. So this is all gonna probably change when I eventually decide to change it. But for now, I actually don't really like how it goes up into the wall. That's kind of weird. But we're going to ignore it. Okay, so they had a balcony here. And then they had a bedroom here. It's kind of... How do you get up to... I'm gonna... Okay, so we follow this pathway. And it goes around. I could have just taken this pathway, to be perfectly honest. We're going to ignore that for now, because that leads to the wall, and it's gonna be a distance. But it goes around, and then as you can see here, we have a wall here. It wasn't that great, to be perfectly honest. Without the leaves, I think this would have been very awkward to look at, but with the leaves, I think it looks nice, actually. So I'm kind of happy how that turned out, to be perfectly honest. But we have this bridge. Hello, Dallas. See, this is Dallas. This is my favorite turtle. Dallas is always around this area, so hi, Dallas. Anyway, so we have this nice little hangout area with this swinging chair kind of style. And then you can just kind of stare at the wall. Or that pumpkin over there. We have that pumpkin, and then there's a tree right there. So we go up here, and of course this is the town center. It's not done like by any means, but this is supposed to be the town center. We have this nice little fountain. Lim was the one who fixed it, and I'm glad that she did, because this was ugly when I first built it. So we're gonna ignore it. And then this is the library. I think it's super cute. It's super big too. It's kind of not done also, because we have this whole floor here that has like nothing in it. But then we go upstairs, this oddly placed stairs, and then et voila, there's so many books and nice stools that you can sit on to read said books. And then there's another floor upstairs to, you know, if you just want to like chill in this corner or something like that, just away from most people. I don't know. I kind of like it. This was probably something that I would personally go to in real life if this was a thing. Okay, so we're back at the hotel, and we're about to cross this bridge, and I love this bridge. Okay, look how cute that is. That is so cute. I love these flowers. I will have them everywhere if I can, which I do currently, so it's totally fine. So this bridge, it leads to like a more market kind of area, and I really love how this market turned out. Now, granted, there's definitely a lot more trees here than I probably would have liked, but at the same time, the trees helped like fill in like odd gaps and stuff because it was just all empty space, and I think it looked terrible with the empty space. But it looks a lot nicer now. So we have these two stalls here. They're kind of in their corner, but they are the first thing you see when you leave the hotel and come here. So I think it's a nice spot for them too. We go into this area. We have the purple tree. I might put another tree somewhere here, but I'm not sure. But we will go down there afterwards. But of course, there's going to be more stalls. It's going to be nice and cozy here. Oh, it's not really cozy. I don't really know if this is cozy. But there's definitely more stalls here. There's some seating for y'all. You know, if you want to just sit here, you just talk and rest or eat or whatever. I don't know what people do at marketplaces, but they hang out. And then there's a giant pumpkin. I love this pumpkin. And then a little pumpkin patch for whenever like kids or adults want to just pick out their pumpkins or whatever and have fun. And of course a bunch of hay, but that's okay. Okay, so we have this little theater area. And of course I also looked up this design. I had to wing the roof because I didn't quite understand how they did it. So the roof is different. But at least that's something, you know? Something original. Kind of. Not really. But I love this stage. I think it's super cute. And I love the flag that I chose. Now granted, this is basically generic like Minecraft design. Okay? But I think it works for this town because I definitely wanted to choose a main color, and right now it's just teal. It might change eventually, but who knows? I like the color teal. Okay, and then as you can see, there's forest here. This is probably just gonna go, but right now it's staying because I don't really know what to do with that area. Okay, so we go down here, and of course it's more wheat. I don't know. I have a fascination with wheat apparently. But the wheat is here. And then of course we have this sunflower field. I think it's so cute and pretty. I think it's a little too much sunflowers to be perfectly honest, but we're going to ignore it. And then there's a little farmhouse there. Originally this was filled with cows, but I decided to remove them. And I just put like this. I don't know why I put the mushrooms. Okay, I put mushrooms because pumpkin patch, but I didn't want to just like fill it with pumpkins and then call it a day, because then there would be empty spots. It would look terrible. I don't know, so I just put mushrooms, and I think the mushrooms work okay. And then I put a bunch of hay bales because it's next to the wheat, so it doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't stand out. But I did end up putting this tree here with the white leaves. Of course I don't think it looks nice, to be perfectly honest. I kind of regret having the acacia, especially since it's next to the pumpkins, and the pumpkins and the acacia don't really complement one another, but I'm going to ignore it. I will probably change it eventually, but right now it's staying. So yeah. Okay, and we are back here. We are going to go down this line of market stalls and trees, and of course this is where it's kind of stopping and kind of like thinning out because I didn't finish this part, so it's gonna continue. This is where the fisherman lives. Okay, it's nice and simple. He has a nice little deck out here. Of course, he's gonna be careful because you could fall, right? So gotta be careful about that. And there is a chair. There is a bench here that they could sit at. It kind of blends in with the roof, so kind of be careful with that as well. So we go down here, and we have a nice little living room. I still don't know how I feel about using this coral as carpeting, but you know, it works. And then they have a little bedroom. It's very small, to be perfectly honest, but it works for a 2-person house. And of course, this is their kitchen, and they have a very big kitchen. So I guess it kind of balances. Not really, but so it exit out into the dock area where they can hang their fish and whatnot. And of course, I also looked up this design. Okay, the only thing that I haven't looked up basically was that. Okay, and look how that turned out. That looks ugly, but we look at this. This is pretty. I like that I looked it up. I'm glad I did. It's really pretty. So they exit through here and enter the main dock area. Of course, there's going to be a few more stalls. I'm going to eventually build a warehouse for storage and stuff, and probably a few more stalls, but that's pretty much it. So this monstrosity of a building. This was supposed to be the warehouse, but I ended up turning it into a restaurant. So we enter here, and this is the kitchen. This is where they're going to be cooking and everything. Good luck to them because it's a small kitchen, and I think it only fits like one person. Yeah. So this is the bar. The bar is pretty tall, actually. Actually, no. Never mind. It's not that tall, but it works. You know? So yeah. And then we enter this area. This is where the servers would come and pick up their drinks if they need to. If they need to pick up food, it would be over there. There's a singular booth here. I don't know who's going to sit here, but most likely the employees, because realistically, they're not going to bring people down here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we go up here. And then this is the main seating area. Now, I kind of like how the restaurant looks on the inside. I don't like how it looks on the outside, but the inside is kind of nice. So there's individual seating for like 2 people each table. And then down here with tables of 2 people per table, of course, we have another booth over here that fits 4 people. Wow, exciting, right? You can actually fit 4 people. Shook. If anything, they can just drag a table and a chair and just combine them and call it a day. It's fine. And then of course the stairs just go back to down there. So we go out here. This is where you would wait. The host would be right here. I'm sorry, host. You kind of drew the short end of the stick, but it's fine. Totally fine. The fisherman's right there. And if you need to get down to the docks, there are stairs over here. You don't have to go down like through the restaurant or the fisherman's house or anything. Okay, so we go through here and I'm still working on the wall. Of course, the wall is not anywhere near finished, but I like the design of it so far. So I think I'm just going to keep it like this. And then of course the tower is going to change. I'm going to include more details and stuff. But I really like how it turned out. And then I decided to include these bushes because I think that they look nice as a defensive mechanism. And it allows people to realize that they can't go that way and they need to go around. Okay, and that is the end of this build showcase tour thingy going on. I will probably be doing this maybe once or twice every month, just depending on how much I update and stuff compared to last time. But yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, or anything related to the build, just let me know in the comments down below. My name is Cloud, and I'll see you in the next video of whatever I make.